Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Gati Shakti National Master Plan is going to change face of India's infrastructure and its multimodal logistics. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says India is putting across the voice of the Global South at G20. In Meghalaya, senior legislator-elect Timothy D. Shera takes oath as pro-tem speaker. In Indonesia, at least 17 people killed in a huge fire in capital Jakarta. And in cricket, first Women's Premier League begins with match between Mumbai Indians and Gujarat Giants at Navi Mumbai. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan is going to change the face of India's infrastructure and its multimodal logistics. He pointed out that India will achieve the target of becoming a developed nation by 2047 with infrastructure development as the driving force of the economy. He was addressing a post-budget webinar on the subject of infrastructure and investment, improving logistic efficiency with PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan today. The Prime Minister said the country has to improve its speed and move in top gear.
अब हमें टॉप गियर में चलना है और इसमें पीएम गति शक्ति नेशनल मास्टर प्लान की बहुत बड़ी भूमिका है। भारत के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का, भारत के मल्टी मॉडल लॉजिस्टिक्स का कायाकल्प करने जा रहा है। ये इकोनॉमी और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्लानिंग को, डेवलपमेंट को एक प्रकार से इंटीग्रेट करने का एक बहुत बड़ा टूल है।
The Prime Minister said with quality and multimodal infrastructure, logistic cost is going to reduce further, which will have a positive impact on goods made in India. The Prime Minister emphasized the need to integrate the concept of circular economy with the sector. Mr. Modi said under the National Infrastructure Pipeline, the government is aiming to invest 110 lakh crore rupees in the coming years.
हमारा कैपेक्स साल 2013-14 की तुलना में 5 गुना अधिक हो गया है। नेशनल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पाइपलाइन के तहत सरकार आने वाले समय में 110 लाख करोड़ रुपए इन्वेस्ट करने का लक्ष्य लेकर चल रही है। ऐसे में प्रत्येक स्टेक होल्डर के लिए ये नए दायित्व का, नई संभावनाओं का और साहसपूर्ण निर्णय का समय है।
Mr. Modi said electrification of railway tracks is now reaching 4,000 kilometers per year, adding that the number of airports and seaport capacity has doubled as well. Elaborating on the role of the states, the Prime Minister informed about the one-year extension of interest-free loans up to 50-year loans, and budgetary expenditure for this has been increased to the tune of 30%. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has expressed delight at what she described as India being the voice of the Global South at G20 and putting forward the matters of concern. Speaking at the Raisina Dialogue in New Delhi, the Finance Minister said the debt stress issue of the small, emerging and developing economies is one such issue which was unanimously taken up with all seriousness.
One item on which there was complete unanimity. The G20 was one. There was no difference of opinion. And India was able to convince that we need to deal with the low-income countries. I'll name the country, one of them, Sri Lanka. There was complete unanimity that we have to deal with debt-related stress issues as early as it is required.
Ms. Sitharaman reiterated the need for reformation of multilateral institutions, including the World Bank, that deal with funding of developmental issues. She emphasized that there should be no delay in the process. The minister said India has an expert panel on how multilateral development institutions should respond to 21st century challenges. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal today expressed confidence that the country's merchandise and services exports would touch $750 billion this year. He also informed that the export figure for last year had already been crossed in February. Speaking at the Raisina Dialogue in New Delhi, the minister underlined that focus on sustainability and added that quality will hold India in good stead in the times to come. Highlighting the government's efforts in bringing quality consciousness, he informed that the number of quality control orders have grown by over 4 times and now stands at about 440 products. He said that it will grow up to 2,000 in the next 2 years and help the country in achieving its zero defect, zero effect inspiration. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese will be arriving on a state visit to India on the 8th of March. He will be accompanied by 2 ministers, senior officials and a high-level business delegation. This is Mr. Albanese's first visit to India as Prime Minister. He will arrive in Ahmedabad on the 8th of March and will visit Mumbai the next day. On his arrival in Delhi, Prime Minister Modi and Mr. Albanese will hold an annual summit to discuss areas of cooperation under India-Australia Comprehensive Strategic Partnership. Regional and global issues of mutual interest will also be discussed. The Australian Prime Minister will also call on President Draupadi Murmu. The strategic partnership between the two countries was elevated to a comprehensive strategic partnership in June 2020, which has been strengthened and deepened through frequent high-level exchanges and enhanced cooperation across sectors. In Meghalaya, senior legislator-elect Timothy D. Shera has been appointed as the pro-tem speaker of the newly elected State Legislative Assembly today. Governor Phagu Chauhan administered him the oath at the Raj Bhavan in Shillong. Meanwhile, Deputy Chief Minister Preston Thinsong has condemned the attack on the premises of HSP-DP MLAs for supporting the NPP-led alliance to form the next government in the state. Speaking to media in Shillong, Mr. Thinsong warned of stern action against those who create law and order problem in the state. He said all have to accept and respect the fact that NPP has emerged as the single largest party in the election and has the right to stake claim to form the government. Nagaland Chief Minister Nephew Rio has submitted his resignation to Governor La Ganesan. The development comes a day after Nephew Rio was unanimously elected as the leader of Legislature Party of Nationalist Democratic Progressive Party (NDPP). Sources say Rio is likely to stake claim to form the next government on Monday after a meeting with NDPP alliance partner BJP tomorrow. The swearing-in ceremony is scheduled to be held on Tuesday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is likely to attend the ceremony. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. President Draupadi Murmu launched the Jal Shakti Abhiyan Catch the Rain 2023 campaign in New Delhi today. The theme of the campaign is Source Sustainability for Drinking Water. The President conferred the Swachh Sujal Shakti Samman 2023 under various categories of the Swachh Bharat Mission. Speaking at the event, President Murmu said the government started Swachh Bharat Mission and Jal Jeevan Mission keeping in mind the problems faced by women. The President said that water conservation and management are the most important issues for India as only 4% water resources are available in the country.
हम पानी की आपूर्ति के लिए परंपरागत माध्यम से ज्यादा स्वास्थ्यगत माध्यम पर निर्भर हो गए, लेकिन सस्टेनेबल वाटर सप्लाई के लिए आधुनिक तकनीकों का उपयोग करने के साथ साथ जल प्रबंधन और जल संचय के परंपरागत तरीके को पुनर्जीवित करना भी समय की मांग है.
The National Council for Teacher Education NCTE has launched Integrated Teacher Education Program in 57 teacher education institutions for academic session 2023-24. This is a flagship program of NCTE under NEP 2020. It is a 4-year dual major holistic program offering graduation degree with Bachelor in Education degree course, which will prepare teachers for foundational, preparatory, middle and secondary stages. The program is being offered in pilot mode initially in reputed central or state government universities or institutions. The special window for affordable and mid-income housing Swami Fund completed the 20,557 homes since its inception in 2019. The Ministry of Finance said Swami has so far provided final approval to about 130 projects with sanctions worth over 12,000 crore rupees. The aim of the project is to complete over 81,000 homes in the next 3 years across 30 Tier 1 and 2 cities. The fund succeeded in complete construction in 26 projects and generate returns for its investors. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla and Union MSME Minister Narayan Rane inaugurated an MSME industrial exhibition and fair at Kota in Rajasthan. More than 300 MSMEs, khadi and village industries, koya, agriculture and food processing entrepreneurs from across the country are participating in the three-day event. Addressing the program, Mr. Birla said the MSME sector is the backbone of the country's economy and the most employment-generating sector.
एमएसएमई सेक्टर के अंदर जो अच्छी इंडस्ट्री है, जिन्होंने अपने अपने क्षेत्र के अंदर नए रिसर्च, नए इनोवेशन करके अच्छे उत्पाद बनाए हैं, आने वाले समय में हम एमएसएमई सेक्टर का बड़ा हब कोटा में बनाएं और बड़ी कंपनियों को ये एमएसएमई सेक्टर के लोग सप्लाई करें, ताकि बेहतर बाजार उपलब्ध कराने में भी इस एक्सपो का बहुत बड़ा योगदान होगा.
Mr. Rane called Kota the Kashi of education. He said the purpose of organizing this fair in Kota is to ensure economic growth and progress of the region by bringing industrial revolution.
माइक्रो स्मॉल इंडस्ट्री यहाँ बड़े प्रमाण में लगनी चाहिए, लोगों को रोजगार मिलना चाहिए, यहाँ के स्थानीय लोग का उत्पादन बढ़ना चाहिए और समृद्ध कोटा जैसे एजुकेशन हब माना जाता है, वैसे उसी तरह ये फाइनेंशियली स्ट्रांग डिस्ट्रिक्ट का हो या हब को उस तरह बनाने की कोशिश में आज का मेला है.
In Indonesia, at least 17 people were killed and several others injured as a large fire broke out at a fuel storage depot in capital Jakarta last night. According to the officials, the fire forced evacuation of thousands of nearby residents after it spread to their neighborhood. The Plumpang fuel storage station is near a densely populated area in the Tanah Merah neighborhood in North Jakarta. In the Philippines, a provincial governor and 5 other people were shot dead by unknown gunmen today. Local police said the perpetrators carrying rifles and dressed in uniform entered the governor's home in Pamplona town and opened fire. Governor of Negros Oriental Province, Roel de Gamo, and 5 citizens who had been meeting with him were killed in the shooting. Police said 3 suspects have been arrested in connection with the case. Arms and ammunition were also seized from them. The Supreme Court has asked the Centre to ascertain the number of deaths of tigers in the country in the recent past. A bench headed by Justice K.M. Joseph passed the direction while hearing a plea that sought to relocate human settlements from reserve forests to save the tiger population in the country. Justice B.V. Nagaratna, also part of the bench, said she came across a newspaper report recently about death of many tigers. The bench posted the matter for hearing for later this month. The inaugural edition of the Women's Premier League WPL commenced this evening with the opening match between Mumbai Indians and Gujarat Giants at the D.Y. Patil Sports Stadium in Navi Mumbai. Mumbai Indians were 159 for 3 in 16 overs when reports last came in. Earlier, Gujarat Giants skipper Beth Mooney won the toss and opted to field. Harmanpreet Kaur leads the Mumbai side. The other 3 teams taking part in the tournament are Royal Challengers Bangalore, Delhi Capitals and UP Warriors. Smriti Mandhana will lead RCB, while Australian player Meg Lanning will be at the helm of Delhi Capitals, and Australian wicketkeeper and batter Alyssa Healy is leading UP Warriors in the tournament. Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur launched Yuva Utsav India 2047 from Ropar in Punjab today. He also launched the dashboard of Yuva Utsav during the event. In his address, Mr. Thakur said, in the first phase, Yuva Utsav is being organized in 150 districts across the country to promote youth power till the 31st of March 2023. In the first phase, programs are being conducted by schools and colleges of the districts. The Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, through its flagship organization Nehru Yuva Kendra Sangathan, is conducting Yuva Utsav India at 2047 in all districts across the country. And now, before we enter the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Gati Shakti National Master Plan is going to change the face of India's infrastructure and its multimodal logistics. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says India is putting across the voice of the Global South at G20. In Meghalaya, senior legislator-elect Timothy D. Shira takes oath as pro tem speaker. In Indonesia, at least 70 people killed in a huge fire in capital Jakarta. And in cricket, first Women's Premier League begins with match between Mumbai Indians and Gujarat Giants at Navi Mumbai. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.